Well, in your book, you have a chapter from scanning on Amazon about reluctant subjects. How
Yes.
do you bring them out of their shell, or maybe there's no way around it?
There are a few ways to deal with a reluctant subject, and it always revolves around what it is they're so worried about. Is there are people who think that, well, this show isn't going the way I thought. I thought this was going to be a show about how amazing I am and how I'm starting a business and how I have all of these things going on for myself. People have an agenda when they come in. And if those people aren't getting their needs met as far as meeting their agenda, they're going to start clamming up and wondering what it is you're trying to do with them, and they're going to embarrass me, and this is going to happen. You can't allow it to get to that point. And even if that means, let's try and figure out a storyline that does what it is you want. You want to show us that you're a good mom. You know what? Let's do something, and we'll do a 3-beat story with you and your kids going somewhere. We'll figure out some way to accommodate that. Even if it never makes it into the show, to do that in good faith and to work with your cast and try to help them feel comfortable will get them over the reluctancy to appear on camera. Everybody needs a little bit of help and a little bit of encouragement, and most of all, information through the process. You can't just starve them for information.
What about if there needs to be something needs to be addressed? Let's suppose they want to see it one-dimensional, where they're just this great person or a star,
Right.
but really there's a reality there where there's some serious holes and things for
Right.
them. How do you deal with that?
The conversation that I've had to have a few times is, I talk a lot about that. If you see in the book, I talk about self-producers, which is an extension of the reluctant subject. A person who is self-producing, again, has that agenda that they want to show you the one side and they don't think it's coming across, so they're going to shut down. Self-producers, you need to let them know that you are trying to hit broad story with them. Like, I need something that's going to translate to what's out there. And also, if you start putting on a phony persona on the show, you can't maintain it for months. You're going to crack at some point, and what's going to happen is you're going to look really unauthentic. Like, if you have one character on your show who just has to be seen as the goody two-shoes, just has to. Like, I don't want people to know that I'm nasty or mean, or that I get into fights like any other normal human being would. And all you ever do is cut to shots of them going, oh my, and you never show the 2 hours of them mixing it up and getting into the argument and getting passionate about something. The audience knows when you're holding material back from them. And those self-producers are going to do themselves in and look like phonies. And there's nothing that anybody hates more in reality TV than someone who's being inauthentic.